Okay, this week I'm going to introduce you to a colour chart. This is a unique way of being able to mix your colours so you get a large array of different colours and shades. First thing you will need is a chart. This is an example of a chart that was already made. You can actually download this chart from your lesson. You'll find a file, so you can literally just download that and print that off for yourself. But if you would wish to make your own, this is simply what you would do. First of all, you will make marks across the page, 3 centimetres for each of these, and draw lines going down. Okay. Once you've done this, you will now make marks of 1 centimetre increments all the way down the page. And obviously over here, we'll make the similar marks. Etc. And then you will obviously join the lines together and so on and so forth until eventually you will have a chart which looks like this. Now the next point is to actually name the top boxes. The first one is the name of your basic colour. So you just write in name of basic colour. On your next section you will write name of second colour, and the third one name of colour mix. And again on the following boxes, name of basic colour, name of second colour, name of colour mix. This will become very apparent as to why we are doing this in just a moment. So, with your colour box, the first thing you want to be doing is taking the very left-hand top corner colour and simply painting that in to the very left-hand top corner box that you have already prepared in your chart. Now, the next thing you need to do is just take the lever box and then the next box, paint in that same colour. In our case, with this particular box, the colour is called Rose Madden. Now, it doesn't matter which colour it is, but if you start from the top left-hand corner of your box, whichever colour that is, that's where you are starting. Okay, now what you will do is go along, leave one box, paint Rose Madden, leave one box, paint Rose Madden, or whichever it is in your box, okay? Eventually you will find yourself with a chart which will be like this, okay? So, name the colour, put the name of the colour. Obviously in this case it's Rose Madder. It might be something other than that in your box, but whichever colour it is, you name it there. Once you've done this, you will then rinse your brush, take your colour palette and take the next colour just slightly to the right, the colour next door. And you will now put your second colour in the box just to the right of your first box, such as this. In this particular case, the colour is vermilion. So I will just write in the name here. Alright, so now you can see we've put rose madder here, the colour just to the right, vermilion, here. The next thing we're going to do is actually just mix these two colours. So again, we'll rinse the brush, take a little rose madder, rinse the brush, take a little vermilion. Now, in the box which says name of colour mix, which is to the right of the vermilion, you're going to paint in your new colour. Okay, so as you can see, you've now created a new colour. Right, what you will need to do is go along and do the same process all the way down this particular sheet. We'll write down here in this box mix, because this is your new colour. Eventually, as you go down the sheet, you will see that now you've got a mix of this colour. You will then do the next box. So, taking your paint box again, now you've done the vermilion, so you'll miss this one and go on and do raw umber. In this particular case, it's raw umber. So, painting your raw umber here. Alright, so now we're going to make the mix. So again, rinse your brush, take one dab of your rose madder, whichever is your first colour, rinse your brush and take one dab of your raw umber and mix those two together. Okay. Now, let's paint that in to this box. My purpose here is to create new colours, so I'm not being exact about how I'm painting them, because I'm not trying to paint a picture, I'm just trying to actually create new colours. Okay? Now, this new colour, obviously we've got the raw umber here, so I'll make sure I've named that. And here, we'll put mix. Now you'll continue down so that you will eventually complete your first section of your chart. So in this particular case, obviously you've got your rose madder and your next colour, which in this box is viridian. Paint your viridian into this box and then mix here. to name that. Now I'm going to mix my rose madder with my viridian. And here I'm going to paint into this box. Now I've created a new colour. So I'm going to write mix here. So as you can see, your purpose here is to take your initial colour in the top left hand corner and through this process be able to actually mix that particular first colour, which in our case is rose madder, with each of the other colours one by one in your box. Once you've completed that, you will have a colour chart such as this. Okay, continuing on with our mixing of colours, we are now going to take our rose madder, which is our central colour at the moment, and we're going to mix that with the next colour. So in order to do that, the first thing we will need to do is paint our cobalt blue, which is here. We're actually going to paint that in here. Next to our rose madder, in the same pattern that we have been doing. Take a dab of your cobalt blue, mix it with your rose madder. Okay, and as you can see, what we're creating here is an array of beautiful colours. So, before we forget, we will actually name this one cobalt blue, and then this new colour, just name it mix. Moving on, again starting with our central colour, which is rose madder in this case, and mixing it with our next colour, which is indeed ultramarine. So let's paint our ultramarine into this box. And then mix it with our rose madder. Now we've created another hue, slightly different colour, very useful for when we come to painting our pictures. And before we forget, we'll write the name in here, ultramarine, and mix. Okay, I'm sure that you're getting the idea of how to do this by now. So again, our central colour, in this case rose madder, with the next colour, and the next colour in our box is actually yellow ochre. Mixing the yellow ochre, with the rose madder, we will create this colour here. Yes, let's name it here. The next colour here is this beautiful colour. Put it here. Mix it with our rose madder. And this mix goes here. Now, I need to actually fill in the initial colour here, so I'm just going to catch up there. And then write in the names. Our next colour is a sap green. And I'll mix sap green with the initial colour rose madder. Okay, again, more, name the colours. And lastly, in this box, we have this pale yellow. With a dab of our rose madder. Once again, let's name them. So as you can see, we've now completed one whole section of our chart with the starring colour rose madder. So the next thing we'll be doing is our next star colour, as it were, is vermilion, and this will be now our main basic colour. And this is now going to be mixed with every other colour in our box. So The next colour in our box was raw umber. Not forgetting to name our colours. So we're using 1 dab of our vermilion, 1 dab of the raw umber. Let's name that. We'll name that again, mix, and carry on. 1 vermilion in our basic colour, and this now being our central colour, it's going to be mixed with the next colour in our box, which is Iridium. So we'll have 1 dab of the vermilion with 1 dab of the Iridium, and here we'll paint that in our next box. Okay, we're going to be carrying on with this using vermilion as our central colour. Until we have gone through the complete range of our paint box. So our cobalt blue is the next colour. And then obviously the mix of the two, the vermilion with the cobalt blue, create us a new colour. So what we're going to be doing is carrying on in this particular style. Now we've moved on with vermilion as our central colour. We're mixing it with every other colour in the box. Once we've done that, our first page of our colour chart will look like this. Okay, so just to recap, we've taken our rose madder and we've started to mix it with each one by one of the other colours in our box. Here we produced the complete selection of rose madder mixed one by one with each of the other colours in the box. We moved on to our vermilion here and started to mix our vermilion one by one with each of the colours in the box. This produced eventually a sheet like this. It will take a bit of time, and obviously the most important point is just to be able to get the idea of the different colours, the amazing array of different colours, and not because it has to be very, very neat or exact. Just to be able to give yourself an array of different colours, which you'll be then later be able to use in some amazing watercolour paintings. We moved on to the next colour in our box, which in this case was raw umber. Mix that with all the other colours in our box one by one. Then with cobalt, and mix that with the other colours in the box. Lastly, we came to ultramarine, and as you can see, now there's less colours to mix because we've already done them in the major earlier on, and we've mixed the ultramarine with the remaining colours in the box. Now, that of course is an example of using this particular colour box, starting with the rose madden, vermilion, etc. Your colour box may be different. Here's another example. Here is a colour box which starts with rose madden. It actually starts with vermilion, not rose madden. It goes on to ultramarine, etc. So it's a different lineup of the colours. You may even get a brand new box such as this. With this one, it starts with Windsor blue and carries on to various different colours that we haven't even mentioned, but you would use the same system. This obviously has not even been opened, so you would open the little boxes and find yourselves with the small palettes of paint, and you would be able to do exactly the same system. So really the point being, it doesn't matter which paint box you have or which array of colours that you have, you will still be able to work out the same system by simply taking one main colour and being able to use this system to be able to mix it one by one with each of the other colours in your box until you have a large sheet of paper, or maybe even many sheets of paper of all different colours and variations of tones and shades that you will be later on very essential to creating unique and vibrant paintings.